In the ABC Jesus Loves Me curriculum, for the 1 year, the child learns 28 different signs. And today what I want to talk about is why did I include sign language into the curriculum? And then how do you teach the signs to the child? My name is Heidi, and I am the writer and creator of ABC Jesus Loves Me, and I'm thrilled that you've taken a time to join us in this video. First of all, why do we use the signs? First of all, sign language gives the child a language before the child has words. It also allows you to participate in that child's language. Second of all, sign language gives them a way to express their needs and wants without having to whine or fuss. And then this third reason is that it is a silent language that can be used between a child and a mom. And I'll explain a little bit further what I mean by that. How to teach a sign? Well, I grabbed one of our favorite little stuffed animals to help me today. And this is going to be my example child so that you can see how I would teach a child a sign. First of all, as you say the word, you model the sign. Second, you help the child do the sign when you want them to say it. And then the third way is consistency and repetition. Over and over and over. You model it and you help the child. So let me give you an example. You probably don't even realize, but if you have a 1-year-old, you've probably already taught them their first sign. And that is bye-bye. It's very, very simple. But you wave and tell the child, tell grandma bye-bye or tell daddy bye-bye, and you wave and the child looks at you and the child looks at the situation. And then also what you will do is you will take the child's hand and help them wave. And then pretty soon the child does it on their own. They will start waving, and that's exactly what happens. You modeled, you help the child, you were consistent, and then pretty soon the child starts doing it on their own. So I want to go through the 28 signs, and the first one that you will see in the 1-year curriculum, week 1, is bye-bye, and that's what we just did. The second one is blowing kisses, where you touch your fingers to your mouth and blow a kiss. And a lot of kids already do this, and it's just another sign. The third one is more, and this was one of my favorite with my own children. And this is where you pinch your fingers together and bring them together repeatedly and say more. So let's do one more with my little giraffe friend. So let's say you are sitting down with the child, and on a day that they are not tired or especially hungry, sit down in the high chair and give them some Cheerios a little ways out of reach. And you give them a Cheerio and they eat it, and then you say, would you like more? Then you take the child's hands, help them sign more, and then give them another Cheerio. You're going to repeat this a few times as long as the child is still cooperating. You're going to do the exact same thing. The child maybe will grunt for another Cheerio. You will take their hands, sign more, and say the word more and give them another Cheerio. So you are repeating this process over and over until the child learns to do the sign on their own to get the other Cheerio. Here's another one. Down. If the child wants to get down out of a high chair, just point down. All done was another favorite one of mine, so I knew that the child no longer wanted to eat. They were finished eating. Take the hands and just roll them over, done or finished. And this is another one. Before I got my child out of the high chair, every time I would take their hands, roll them over and say done. And then they knew, they start associating getting out of the high chair, finishing eating, and then by doing this sign. Okay, here's some more. Please. You take your hand and you rub it in a circle on your chest. Help is another one. Instead of them whining or fussing, they can let you know they need help by taking their fist, putting the thumb up, and then just raising everything. So taking their fist, thumb up, putting it on the palm of their other hand and raising it is help. Drink Like you're holding an imaginary cup, take it to your mouth and tilt it. Drink. Water, make a W with your fingers and put it to your chin. Water. Milk, it's like you're milking a cow. Squeeze milk. Eat, take your fingers together, put them to your mouth and press them back and forth. Eat. Stop. You take your hand like you're cutting with a knife on a cutting board. Stop. Stop. And this is one that I talked about, that it's a silent language between the mom and the child. And I like it because I can let my child know something without having to let the entire room of adults or other children know that I'm talking to my child. So let's say the child is wanting to do something they shouldn't, or they're reaching for something that could be dangerous. You can get the child's attention and sign stop. And then that child would know that is something that they need to stop doing. Book, you can tell the child to go get you a book. It's just like opening a book. Bath, up and down with your fist. Bath. Sleep, and this one's a fun one. I like this one. Sleep, you just take your hand and it's like you're going to sleep and you close your eyes as you do it. Next one is mommy, and it's very similar to daddy. Mommy's on the chin. Daddy is on the forehead. Hot, if the child is reaching for something that's hot, you take a C, put it on your chin, and pull it away. Hot. Cold is just like you're shivering, you're cold. Stay is another one that can be used across the room, or to tell the child that you want them to stay in one position, and you make a Y shape with your fingers and pull it down. Stay. Diaper, this is something that we cover in the one-year curriculum. We talk about clothing, and diaper is part of the underwear and clothing. We talk about whether the child is dry or wet or dirty. And for diaper, you take your fingers and pinch them right at your waist. So diaper. A ball is just like you're holding ball. Ball. And you can say and sign ball when you're going to go do an activity, a gross motor activity that involves a ball. Next one is outside. Most children love to go outside, and outside, you just pull it from your face out to the side. Hurt, the child has hurt themselves. Rapidly put your index fingers together. Yes, yes, you may do something. This is another one that's great for across the room. No, you take your two fingers and tap them on your thumb. No. Thank you. You take your hand to your chin and pull it down. It's very similar to blowing a kiss, but you're taking it to the chin. And then the last one that we cover in the one-year curriculum is sorry. And you make a fist and rub it on your chest. Please is fingers outstretched. Sorry is in a fist. That is a debate. Does it cause a child to not speak because they have another language? And most of the information and the research that I have read, actually, it encourages the child to speak sooner, because they realize when I use my words, whether sign words or real words, that they are able to communicate and the adult knows what they want. Also, I encourage you when you sign to say the word as you sign. So when you say more, sign more, and help the child by signing more and saying the word for them. Not at all. I mean, there's adults that learn sign language. I don't use a lot of sign with my kids anymore, obviously. Where I mostly use the sign with my kids is the silence between when we're in a room. So I would tell my child no, or I'd tell my child thank you. Those type of things is when I would use it now. But there is not an age that the child is too old to learn sign language.